I don't even know if I'm a smash on this one. It's the Earth Elemental. Pure rock. Yeah. It's a tricky one for me because I genuinely don't know. There's not much information about just plain Earth Elementals. There are like various forms of Earth Elementals that aren't just the basic one. And those are quite interesting. I think the Gala can do whatever it wants to me. But that's later. The Earth Elemental itself is just a bit vanilla.
Okay, so like when I was much younger, I was always weirdly attracted to the Titans from Disney's Hercules.
This is one of them, yeah.
So I'm going to have to give this a smash.
No, it's fair. I can see that, you know.
The way I feel about it is if you're not at least at like the Thing level intelligence, Marvel's the Thing, not the Swamp Thing. If you're not at least at like Ben levels, I'm not really down to fuck.
This seems a bit of a blank slate, shall we say. I'm not down.
They speak Terran and they have an intelligence score of 5. I'm getting a lot of smashes in the chat. I think I'm a pass on this one. Like, we've passed on 2 elementals so far. I wonder if that'll change when we get to the hotter one. You know, the fire
element. The water element?
I was going to say.
No, Iris. Not the one that deals cold damage. The one that deals fire damage. Actually, the water element just bludgeons you, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a bit plain. I think, yeah, it's 3 passes and a smash. Iris, your smash is not based on its merits as itself. It's based on the fact that it reminds you of something considerably hotter. All right?
Okay, but at the same time, like, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
If I found the Earth Titan from Hercules hot, I'm going to find this thing hot.
You know what? That is totally fair.
I disagree. If you're anti-doppelganger or anti-shapeshifter, you shouldn't be able to think of something else that appeals to you and use that.
Yeah.
That's a strong point.
I'm against shapeshifters in general because they inherently cheat. If you don't like what they are, they can change into something completely different. Every shapeshifter is a red dragon, and we all hit smash on the red dragon. That's my issue.
Okay, all right. I mean, we've not had the red dragon yet, but yeah, fair.
Am I wrong?
I remember this conversation and hit pass on the red dragon out of spite.
You'd be lying. You'd be lying.
Yeah, you would be lying.
I'd be lying for comedy, and that's funny.
Who wants to go to another genie?
Oh God! I'm ready to say smash. I'm ready to not say smash to racism.
How do we feel about I can excuse racism, but the series?
Oh no, not again!
It's the Efreeti. Once again, they enslave people. The genies. They're big onto it. These ones, spiteful slavers.
I'm not going to say slavery is good, but pirates were not exactly super ethical, so pirate slavers not as compared to other slavers.
And these are planar pirates. They're not just getting in a ship. They're going across like different dimensions to steal people.
Doing a piracy.
They rule as oppressive tyrants, promoting only the cruelest among their slaves.
Nah.
But you can get promoted.
Yeah, but it's a lot of effort to get promoted.
I mean, on the other hand, look at them.
Oh yeah, no, yes, but no.
Everyone would fuck Giant Ganon, but the Efreeti is off limits apparently, just because of a little problem.
Ganon isn't a slaver. He's a tyrant, but he's not a slaver.
I'm sure he would. Like, if he ever succeeded, I'm sure he would.
I don't think he would. I think he
times.
Okay, fair.
He doesn't want the slavery. He wants to be worshipped like a god king. You can't slave people into that.
That's a fair point. Yeah, all right, fair. He wants to be worshipped, yeah, like a god king. I think for that reason, it's a smash for me because I have no standards whatsoever. I'm sorry, I can't see past the slavery, but my dick can.
Fair enough.
But speaking of god kings, let's go to the Empyrean. So these are the demigods.
Just found Hephaestus.
You can see how I got confused with the other one. They look fairly similar. Monster Manual's a bit horny for these as well.
Naturally.
They are universally beautiful, statuesque, and self-assured.
This reminds me of one of those Soviet era posters.
Yeah, I get that energy.
For me, this is a question of would you fuck the Thinker statue?
Yes.
No, that thing is a murder weapon.
What?
Ace Attorney.
Okay.
That Thinker statue was used as a murder weapon twice.
I thought you meant the actual Thinker statue, the one that's, life
that
size.
That way cooler.
How the hell has that happened?
I'm not a fan of the universally beautiful description simply because that is is simply in the eye of the
It's not right.
It's weird. It's what it says on the... Yeah, it says it in the book. They are universally beautiful. It's their own wording. It looks like handsome Squidward. I see it.
Pass. I hate it. I hate it anyway. Direct line to God might be evil. I'm going to get smote. I don't want to deal with that. Fuck that shit.
You're going to get smote, and that is why I am smitten. This is a smash.
Jesus Christ,
I was
Nick.
on the fence until we get the handsome Squidward, and then it's just, you can't unsee that.
I do want to bring up there are female Empyreans as well, and think about how they'd look just for a moment.
Direct line to God and getting smote.
Also, might be evil. Most humanoid creatures might be evil.
Right, but these are literally children of the gods of the upper planes. The upper planes being the good gods. They're not meant to be. A few of them have turned evil. They get corrupted by evil gods pretty easily.
This seems like a flaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, just person.
On the subject of the manifest emotion thing, they can experience deity-like fits of serenity or rage, and it affects the environment around them. So when they're unhappy, the clouds might cry tears of salt water, the wildflowers in surrounding meadows might wilt, dead fish might wash ashore in lakes or rivers, or a nearby forest might lose the leaves from its trees. When an Empyrean is jubilant, sunlight follows it everywhere, small animals frolic in its footsteps, and birds fill the sky with their pleasing song.
Yeah, smash.
Yeah.
I'm still on pass, because if somebody who cries after they fuck, then they're just gonna like kill my garden.
Yeah. But if they're really happy after their fuck, you're going to have like 18 baby deer walk into your garden.
Nick, nobody's happy after they fuck me.
I don't want to interact with anything that sounds even remotely like I'm going to have to be dealing with anything Greek god level of nonsense.
Yeah, I
And
mean...
this feels like Greek god level of nonsense.
Sure, there's going to be jealousy. There's some problems.
Look, I'm just saying, this is just a dude, and I don't have to worry about the slavery issue that we've been running into a lot.
Look, some of us have
lawsuits.
previously smashed on literal slavers. Now, how is this more of a problem?
Yeah, I wonder who that was.
Right. We're not naming names, but one of the four of us here said smash on one of the djinn.
We all had one, this is the only one, and then you just carried on.
We're not naming names, all right?
I'm naming names.
We're not naming names, but one of us has gone, you know what? This genie's hot, okay? And they're literally slavers, and yet you look here upon the face of God, and you're like, not into it.
But the face of God is kind of milquetoast.
I have read enough Greek myths to be like, fuck that.
It is a weirdly bland face of God, like the universally beautiful, and you're looking at
a potato.
This generic ass person.
How do you feel?
It's a slightly chiseled potato.
I'm a smash, absolutely. Like, imagine the power trip you would get from topping an Empyrean.
I'm good.
I'm always power tripping. I don't need special circumstances.
The only way it could be better is if you fucked God, right? Like, come on, you're that close.
God does not deserve to get fucked by me.
That is an extremely fire line. I like that, yeah.
That is
Holy
extremely
shit.
powerful.
We're eating good today. We're eating good. We're going to go on to another really good one. This might be a universal smash. I'm not 100% sure, but it might be a universal smash. The Erinyes. Oh, baby.
Let me tell you, I have a lot of personal experience with this one, as does Nick.
Yeah, I get about.
I have no personal experience, but I'm ready.
No question, Smash.
This is the second horny, sexy devil that we've had. Of all the devils, this is the second one.
All I have to do to really enjoy this is ignore the fact that it's a Maleficent headset and like a Dark Magician girl armor, and just take the clothes off preemptively, and I'm there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know, I'm into cosplay.
So yeah, the Erinyes, they like using ropes of entanglement, which I think was added on there specifically for the horny people.
Naturally.
They're fallen angels who were tempted, and they were corrupted and became devils. They are very hot. And yeah, it's across the board. Everyone's smashing, I think. As obviously, when you think of an Erinyes, you think of a sort of femme-presenting Erinyes. They're not. No part of the monster manual requires that. The Erinyes actually says they are often mistaken for angels, which is amazing because it presumably means they're going after people who can't tell the difference between red and yellow. So it's like the colorblind contingent are getting really fucked over by the Erinyes Erenices.
That's hilarious.
More of a case of like outside of the color of their feathers, they look basically the same.
Yeah, and that's because that's what they used to be. So I think if you wanted art of a male Erinyes, you could probably go back to the Empyrean and then just color palette swap it. Or not the Empyrean, the one before the Deva, and palette swap it. Yeah.
But also, fancy Shibari. Yes, please.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Also, can summon a second Erinyes. Always comes with a friend.
It can summon a second one. It doesn't necessarily summon a second one, but you know.
The options there.
Presumably if you ask nicely. The other options are 3d6 spined devils, 1d6 bearded devils. We've seen those before.
I see there are options.
We've not seen the spined devil yet. That'll be fun. It'll be yet another disastrous looking devil. I don't know why there's so many spiky little shits.
I mean, if you were sent down to hell and had the option to be spiky about it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, okay, I would make it everyone's problem.
Yeah.
Sometimes you like it a little sharp.
I have a fear of needles, so
Correction, sometimes I like it a little sharp.
But yeah, this is a pass for everyone.
This is Smash.
Sorry, a smash for everyone. I was just trying to get the Erinyes sword myself.
I will fight you.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will win.
I will fight to the death on this one. The next one is a Harkness test failure, but it is a classic D&D monster. It's trying its best.
Oh no. I feel like
Ettercap.
Okay, not what I thought. No.
This is the in-universe Spider-Man.
It's a walrus with legs.
No. It is a bipedal spider. It literally garrots people with web. It spins a little bit of web, sneaks up behind them and garrots them. They're pretty, yeah. I mean, I'm a pass.
I immediately hit pass because I have had some horrendous encounters with Ettercaps before.
As much as I respect the strangle string, it's just another one of these characters that's making me giggle too much. Can't do it.
I just can't find anything redeeming about its design.
They might tie you up.
Kind of soft and probably maybe cozy or clammy. Undecided.
Yeah, but still will most girls if I ask them nicely, so.
True. Yeah, I hate spiders, so I'm a pass on this one as well. So we better have something good for the last one, right?
Yeah, you better. No pressure.
I apologize. It's the Ettin, a giant with two heads. They're interesting because they actually have two separate personalities. Each head is an individual person trapped into the same body. Each head has its own mind, personality, and name, possesses unique preferences and quirks. They're bound from birth, you know? They actually hate each other as well. The familiarity between the two of them breeds contempt for each other because they rarely experience privacy or solitude from each other. And so they are constantly taking offense at each other's slights and fighting and arguing.
I would have a problem with this because it would be like fucking siblings.
Yeah.
They're both sentient and aware they're sharing a body. That's two separate people. They're basically twins that are just conjoined. Not down.
No.
Personally.
Oh, that was my reason for hitting smash, but okay, yeah.
Oh, mine is like, I feel like I'd be getting in between every single argument, and I don't want that. No.
I don't know how long a sex session goes on for you, Goggles, but I need 5 minutes at most. I'm not getting a pretty big argument.
Even like a short session, if the other head takes offense to you, it's gonna be fucking awkward.
No, see, there's a way around this in a sexual sense. Play into that contempt they have for each other and try to make it like a competitive thing.
Yeah.
Try to get them to outperform each other and just have the best time of your life.
They could compete to see who could give you better oral.
No, so it's too sibling coded for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, no, it's just, nah.
I'd probably smash.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Iris gets it. Iris gets it. Absolutely.
Too weird.
Also, they never sleep because they take it in turns. One of them sleeps and then the other one does.
Just seems like a health problem for future them.
Yeah, I feel like the body's not going to repair much, but sure. Thank you for joining us in our titillating journey through the Monster Manual. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit like and let me know in the comments down below which monster you find most irresistible. And hey, if you want to see us crack through more hot stuff like this, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Until next time, shame on all of you and, most importantly, shame on me.